everybody, it's Stephen and Walter, not live, pre-recorded. Our first day in Amsterdam, and we are pretty much zonked, so this is going to be short. At the end of it, I'll put up a little video we took when we were walking around Amsterdam. But we want to talk to you about the flight and our first impressions when we got here. Well, flight was fine, Air Canada.
It was a little late.
Yeah, everything was going fine until we got down to we had like something to eat and everything, and we thought we were going to be at gate E80 because that's what was printed on our tickets. No, we then heard over the loudspeaker that had been changed to E69. So we trundled our way down to E69, and our flight wasn't going out until what, 9?
9:30 supposedly.
Was it 9:30?
Yeah.
Anyways, boarding was supposed to start at 8:50. We had priority boarding because Walter got it on points.
I got it because when we went to Australia, I got a whole bunch of points for flying there and back.
But that doesn't get you anything much.
Well, actually, it got us a free flight to Holland.
Oh, yeah, okay, that got us that. But I mean, I'm talking about this priority boarding. It's just a joke.
One of the perks is if you get so many miles per year, which you get a lot when you fly to Australia, then you get some perks like free bag check-ins and free perks for boarding, like you get first on the plane type of thing.
Yeah, so, but we've already reserved our seats. So it doesn't matter when we get on the plane, our seats are there.
Right, but it just means that if you want to, for somebody, let's say that you had a carry-on, you wanted to make sure you got it in the overhead bin.
That because you heard my pet peeve about that one last week, or actually on Monday. I don't know, I'm already losing track of days. This is Tuesday. We left on Monday night. But anyways, yeah, we got to the airport okay. We had a limo driver. Okay, he was a little late, but not that much. I mean, we had plenty of time. He was supposed to pick us up at 5. He didn't really get there till about 5:15, 5:17.
Luckily, I booked it really early so that we didn't have a close call trying to get into the airport or anything like that.
No. So anyways, he was apologetic about that. But I said to him, I know traffic where he was coming from to pick us up, I said, is bad this time of the evening. No big deal. We're okay. He made up for it, I'm telling you, though, because we broke sonic barriers. I mean, we had lots of time when we got to the airport. Of course, once we get to the airport, we were going to use the kiosk to check in because Walter had already sort of pre-checked us in online, because that's one of the things you can do on Air Canada, and I imagine you can do that in a lot of different airlines around the world. Yeah, when it works. So we go up to a kiosk. Well, first of all, there's nobody at the kiosk.
Well, most of the time it works fine, but this time, no.
Well, everybody was lined up to go through the regular, ticket booth thing with it all. So we stood there for a while, and okay, we had several families with 12 kids. And 3 half-ton trucks full of luggage that they were taking to wherever they were moving to, because no one's going there for a trip with that much luggage. They had to be moving, whatever. And then we decided, well, let's give the kiosk a try. I mean, nobody's there, which made us suspicious to start with. So we go up to the kiosk, we plug in everything we're supposed to plug in, and in the final thing it goes, oopsie! See, travel whatever, attendance
specialist.
And that's
exactly what I got the night before, except that it said, when you get to the airport, use a kiosk or see a travel agent.
Yeah, so we saw the lady that was there. She was real smiles and chuckles. She was
all right.
Well,
she was pretty businesslike.
Well, she was a little bit cranky, I thought.
I didn't think.
Well, I thought so. I mean, come on, baby. I'm paying your wages here on this damn flight. The least you could do is crack a smile, even if you are Asian. Oops. Is that racist?
No, she wasn't Asian.
Yeah, she was.
No, she was. I thought she was Spanish. She had a Spanish accent. She wasn't Asian.
Whatever. Anyways, she says, yeah, you'll have to go to a desk.
Oh, her. Yeah, okay. I thought, okay, her. I thought you meant the one at the desk.
I know of that of which I speak. Okay. Anyways, we went to the desk. We got through. That agent, she was very nice.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, she was very nice. Not a problem at all. So then we go down and do security, and you don't know, are you going to be strip searched? Are they going to probe you like an alien? What's going to happen there? So we get down there, and the guy standing there, big, tall, dark man, and I said to him, do we have to take off our shoes? No. Okay. Do I have to take off my belt? Yes. Okay. Thank you. What these travel people at these securities don't understand is a man my age, when we take off our belt, you're going to get to see a lot more than you were expecting and that you're willing to see, because your pants are going to fall right down by my ankles.
Yeah, right. It does not.
Well, on you little fat boys, it doesn't, no. But, yeah. So anyways, yeah.
I'm skinnier than you.
Oh, screw off. Anyways, yeah, you keep saying that. And all I've heard all day long today, I shouldn't eat that, that's carbs. This will put me right off my diet. I'm going to gain weight. Oh, have your own vacation, have a good time, for God's sakes. Anyways, so we went through security without incident and everything. They were fairly pleasant through security. Found that surprising. They have been the last times we've gone through.
And it didn't take long to get through
Nope,
security.
got right through, and so we had time to kill. So we went looking for our gate, and then, scoping that out to find out where it is, because Toronto International Airport is a huge airport, and you walk for 3,000 miles. And most of the times the people movers are not working, although I had to say this time, I think they were all working, which was surprising. Anyways, yeah, so we went looking for someplace to eat. Well, they re-changed things around since last time we've been in there. So a couple of the places that we didn't mind eating in before we got on a flight no longer exist. So we ended up at these high top tables, very long ones, they seat about 12,000 on them. And they've got a little scanner code, and it all says this: scan and order your food from this
scan
app.
the scanner code, and it brings up your menu on your phone, and then you can pick out what you want to eat
and pay for it and everything. Someone will bring it to you.
Except that the little scanner didn't work.
Yeah, it wasn't scanning, and there didn't look to be anybody around that could help you. So we got up, and of course, there's all these people that are not ordering food or drinks or anything in this place. They're playing cards, they're checking their emails, they're watching videos on their iPads and taking up precious space. There is an area you can sit for flights, but I know it's not as comfortable. Anyways, I guess if nobody's kicking you out, then you go ahead and do it. So we went up to the counter and said, hi, this doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. Said, can we order here or whatever? He says, oh yeah, I'll send somebody over. Here's some menus. So this guy came over, took our order. We had something incredibly expensive to eat, because everything is, I think it was a salad.
Salad with butter chicken on it.
Yeah,
well, actually cold
butter chicken on it, which was kind of a novelty. 2 salads. We both had the same thing, cost us $32 Canadian. And then we each had a beer, and total bill with the 18% tip, $87 Canadian. Okay. Well, we knew it was going to be that way, because it always is in the airports. Everything is sky high. So then we make our way down to the new location to pick up the flight, E69 as opposed to E80, and sat there and I watched some videos on my iPad and, that kind of thing. Then we get an announcement. Yeah, due to, they brought the plane into one gate, and then they had to tow it to our gate. And I don't know who was towing it. All I can think of is a whole lot of people in wheelchairs and walkers, because it was taking them forever, and they kept apologizing.
All I could think of was the fact that they had gate E80 on our tickets, right?
Yeah.
And then they all of a sudden, when we were looking at the board, it was E69. And I can't help but think it was sitting at E80, and they had to tow it from there.
Yeah, because, they were expecting E80 either, but somebody in their infinite wisdom decided without telling everybody else, they're changing it to E69. So anyways, yeah, it was about, boarding was what, 45 minutes later
Yeah.
than what it was supposed to be?
But then the flight arrived. It was supposed to arrive at 11 a.m. Amsterdam time, but it arrived at 11:20.
Yeah, surprisingly. So really,
So they made up for time.
you made up for time. I don't know how they did that. Someone pushed them.
Well, I think if we had taken off at regular time, we would have arrived early.
Yeah, I guess. But anyways, we got here, and of course, though, I was watching the movies that they had, and waiting for their lovely repast. Actually, wasn't bad. They had chicken in a mustard sauce with a lump of cheese and a stale bun and frozen butter and potato and carrot mash. Nursing home food, people. Yep, but actually it wasn't bad. It was kind of tasty, and a brownie, and not the good type. Okay, and so yeah, that was fine.
Yeah, I thought it was a good time.
Yeah, what, the good type of brownie?
Yeah.
Didn't have anything in it that would
Didn't have
make
any
it a
icing
cake.
sugar. It didn't have any frosting on it.
I meant the kind of brownie that.
Oh, never mind.
Geez, we're in Amsterdam, for God's sakes. Brownies run rampant. Okay. Anyways, so I was trying to sleep. Well, it wasn't working out very well. We had these Yahoo Americans sitting in front of us, millenniums, and I don't know what their problem was. Well, I do know what their problem was, entitled. And the woman was sitting in front of me, and of course she jams her chair way back, just as the food comes.
And it didn't go back far enough to the point where she was trying to push on it to go back further.
Yeah. And so there was that. But I didn't want to put my seat back. I didn't want to bother the people behind me. Walter said he read an article somewhere that the new etiquette on airplanes anyways is to
Ask the people behind you about if it's okay that you're reclining.
So, and on these airplanes, they put in extra rows of seats just to cram everybody in. And yeah, that's working. So anyways, and then they were very lovey-dovey with each other too, and that was kind of sickening. And she had her head on his shoulder. It was so romantic. And just before we got off the plane, she asked us, had we seen an AirPod? She lost an AirPod. Well, sweetie, no. Didn't fall down through the crack onto our side. We looked, but it's not there. So anyways, yeah. They were a little bit annoying, but I tried to sleep and I could not. So right now, as we're doing this, if I'm going like this back and forth,
I'm doing the same
it's
thing.
because we've been out for dinner. I'm going ahead of my time here. Let's talk about we finally arrived at Amsterdam. And then we had to go through customs. Okay. Amsterdam and Holland in general, we're finding right now, is very technologically advanced. Not so much when it goes through customs. They did have kiosks, where you scan your passport.
I think the problem is they're working on this new ETIAS system that's like an e-visa for European Union. And not all the countries have been finished upgrading their systems, and they were supposed to go live this summer in 2025, but now it's been pushed back to 2026. So they're still doing it the old-fashioned way to do passport checking.
So we all go through this maze to get to this area, come down these stairs, and we get stopped.
It's like getting on a Disney ride.
Yeah, we get stopped. And we can see into the pit, because that's what it basically was. We were several steps landing above where everybody was lined up in what Walter called like a Disney thing, zing, 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 back and forth. And there was one of the people who works there, she was holding us all back. And then what she was doing was waiting until it reduced in the ones down the floor, and she let a few more of us go in. Okay, we were in that lineup for well over an hour. I think it was an hour and a half. Ironically, there was a sign hanging, a digital sign saying, at this point, it's going to be 25 to 30 minutes. And then it would change and go 15 to 20. I think they
30
spun
to
a big wheel.
35.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did measure at the time when we were underneath that, and we were actually a few minutes earlier than what the wheel said.
Well, yeah, but by then we'd already waited to get to the point of the wheel. So you have to add all that time in. So yeah, it was, I haven't stood in a line like that for going through customs anywhere in the world in a long time.
Well, last time was at Dulles Airport in in Washington.
Yeah, that was hell.
We ended up missing our flight.
Yeah, on that one, but that's a story for another day. But anyway, so we got through customs. So we took the train to get to our hotel, and I mean, it couldn't be any more convenient. Right there in the airport, you walk around a bit. Oh, we did pick up our bags. We didn't know if they were still going to be there, but they were. Everything was fine and dandy. And we found the sign told us where to go for the train, and we found the train. Well, there's these people, after we bought our ticket at a kiosk for it. That was easy enough to do. And we got a first class ticket. They're a little more expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm rubbing my eyes because my eyes are sore. Yeah. We see these people are sort of lined up for an elevator to go down, but it's an older crowd. So we figure, that's what they are. So let's go find, there's probably an escalator. Yeah, there is. Goes only one way, up, not down.
Well, that's because it was under construction.
Yeah, the downside was under construction. But there's
maintenance.
And there was a lady standing there, and she's looking at it too and going, but she kind of knew what to do. There was an elevator very close, so we all piled in the elevator, took us down, and away we go. We found our train. Now, here's the funny thing. We bought this ticket at the kiosk. Now, it says on the ticket somewhere that you're supposed to scan it before you get on the train and after you get off the train. Okay. We didn't see anything that said, here's where you
had
scan
to scan it to get on the train, and we didn't do that. So.
And we didn't have that much time. The train was already pulled in, and the trains come in on a regular basis, like we're talking 15 minutes apart, kind of a thing. So we hopped on the train. Oh, and how do you decide whether you're in first class, second class? Well, your ticket tells you you're in first class, but there's nobody there on the train, not here in Amsterdam, to tell you where to go. The train cars are marked. And so you see 1 to your left when you go through doors on the train, and 2, second class, is to your right. So we hopped on, no problem. Train wasn't busy. We had nice seats, and it's not long to get to Amsterdam from the train station. And bang, or from the airport is what I meant to say. So bang, there we were. Nothing to check off your ticket. We still don't know. Boy, if we'd known that beforehand, we could have done it for nothing.
Yeah.
Our luck would be.
Yeah, well, we did check out with the ticket.
Oh, yeah, we did have to check out with the ticket. But didn't you notice there was something came up on that screen that sort of said, like, you haven't...
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, find us. Like, we paid for it, so, whatever. We weren't ripping you off. So, it's only just a couple of blocks over to where the hotel is that we're staying at, that we're in right now. There will be a video at the end of this part that we're talking about that will show you the hotel room and talk a little bit more about the hotel and all of that. So I'm not going to bother right now because I'm too tired. But we decided to wander the city. We decided to go up to the
Rijksmuseum?
Yeah, Rijksmuseum, where all the old masters are and everything like that, because we're going there tomorrow. We have tickets for it tomorrow, as well as tickets for the Van Gogh Museum too. But we thought we'd walk up there, and we were keeping our eye out for places we could possibly eat. And we were thinking of having something snackish,
Dutch snackish.
Dutch like bitterballs.
Bitterballs.
Bitterballs, which we've talked about before, and we'll talk about later after this part of the video is done. And yeah, we just got a sense of the city. It is a busy city, and right now this isn't as busy as it does get at certain times of the year, but it's pretty busy. And oh my God, the bicycles. We knew about the bicycles. You have a very good chance of being killed by a bicyclist, because as far as bicycles are concerned here, no matter what, they have the right of way. Heaven forbid you should step in their lane when they're coming. They are not going to stop. Not only that,
They just ring their bell.
they just ring their bell, like hop, jump out of it all. So you're constantly looking this way, that way, and every which way for bicycles. I don't know how anybody that would have to get around with a walker or a wheelchair will survive. Unless they put a cow catcher on the front of the wheelchair and just plow down the bicyclist. And I can tell you this, after our length of time, which isn't long here already, I think I'll become a supporter of the anti-bicycles in Toronto thing that they're trying to do. Because these people are crazy. They do not respect the rules of the road.
Right.
But then maybe the rules of the road here, they don't have any. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently they do.
Yeah, but they're not doing it anymore. They do
And
in
there
our
aren't
country.
enough people to police the situation.
Yeah. So if you come to Amsterdam, be prepared, especially if you come from a place where there aren't a lot of bicycles on it, because they will hit
I
you.
just about fell over there.
What? Well, it fell off the bed.
No, I'm just very tired.
Yeah, I am too. It's just hitting me now. Well, we're almost done here. The other thing to watch out for are trams. There's no barrier between the tram and you on the sidewalk. And it's very easy, because of the number of people, for you to drift onto the tracks. The tram doesn't stop. What it does is it goes clang, 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 went the trolley, and you like jump out of its way in a hurry. Walter's grabbing me. Get out of here! You're gonna get scraped off by that trolley. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay? It's a very, very busy city. People, bikes, trams, restaurants, places to do all kinds of things at and whatnot. So yeah, if you come to Amsterdam, be prepared. If you do not like crowds, don't come to Amsterdam. If you don't like bicyclists running over your face, don't come to Amsterdam. If you're afraid of being scraped off the side of the road by a trolley, don't come to Amsterdam. But do come for the bitterballs. They're good. And that we've had. And I want a strop waffle. Yeah. And every place I saw where they looked really yummy and delicious, well, I said, no, that's not good. Don't have one of those. Wait.
Oh, you can have one.
Yeah, I keep saying wait.
But then you said no. I don't want to ruin my dinner.
Yeah, that's never really stopped me.
Or you
before.
didn't want to carry it around.
Well, that's true. Because eating a stroopwafel on the street isn't really fun. I don't think. I think I need to sit down and drink. What I really wanted was beer. Beer. I want it cold beer. Because I'm just dying of thirst today. Because I don't drink a lot on an airplane. I know I should. But you see, I'm like a camel. How come I smell sewer? Can you smell sewer?
No, beer is a diuretic.
That wasn't my question.
I don't smell any sewer.
I smell sewer.
I don't smell sewer.
I smell sewer.
I smell nothing.
I don't know. Whatever. Could be coming from you. Better have a shower. But anyways, yeah. So that's our first day in Amsterdam. It wasn't really a full day in Amsterdam. Tomorrow, I hope to get more video that's a little bit more interesting than what you're about to see now, because I'm now going to take all the video that I did take when we were out, and it's pretty shitty, and splice it all together and put it on this video for you to see it as well. So stay tuned. Tomorrow is day 2 in full in Amsterdam, and we're being artsy fartsies, and we're going to the art galleries tomorrow. And maybe tomorrow I will pick up a stroopwafel. And Walter wants to go to the Phoebe, which is the automatic. Fibo, whatever. It's where they have little glass shelves and you pull out your food and pay for it. Yeah, This is something I know they had in New York City and I don't know other places, the States back in the 40s or the 50s. So yeah, that's tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Say goodbye, Will.
Bye.
Oh, I'm so sore. Okay, so it's day one of our Netherland adventure, and we're in our hotel room, and I'm just giving you a shot here of the spaciousness of this. This is right pretty much about a block away from the train station. We took the train station from the airport. We stood in customs line for
Almost, I think, an hour.
well, I think it was more than an hour. And they kept changing a little sign saying, oh, 25 minutes from this point, but then it would say 15, then it would say 30. So there was no rhyme or reason to it. Anyways, this is our luxurious room in Amsterdam. Now, how much you want it? Oh, look at this huge TV. Whoa, yeah. The bathroom is clean. It'll do. It's fine. We weren't expecting a whole hell of a lot.
The rooms, I think, all in Amsterdam are all small.
Yeah, everything is small over here. But want to take a guess how much this room is for 2 nights? It's
Was it 50?
a little 501 euros for 2 nights.
Yeah, which works out to
What, about 800 Canadian dollars?
that.
Yeah. So this is what 800 Canadian dollars gets you for 2 nights. But it's clean. It's centrally located in Amsterdam, so close to the train station, because as you know, we're going to be taking the train.
Yeah, I got it because it was close to the train station. It didn't have bad reviews, other than that it might be a little noisy because the trams are at the front. And I got it because it was not all the hotels you could get a free cancellation with it, or a cancellation up till, like, you could cancel this room up till 2 o'clock today, right? So without penalty. And whereas a lot of the other places wanted to be paid up front for the hotel room, and I always like it so that I don't like having to buy cancellation insurance. I'd rather rent a hotel room that I can cancel in case we have to cancel the trip.
Yeah. So anyways, the other thing too is you did what, pre-registration?
Yeah, they sent me a message that I could pre-register. Like, it wouldn't renege the cancellation till 2, but it would just streamline things to pre-check-in, right? Which I did, and I think part of that is more to see that you make sure that you're still interested in coming, so that you don't cancel.
Well, anyways, here's the view out the window. So you can see part of the canal down there, and this is another hotel across the way and that. So we are a little bit zonked. I didn't sleep on the plane very well. It was a full plane, but it got us here. It was delayed a little bit by about, well,
it was delayed quite a bit, but we got here based on, it was supposed to get us here at 11 a.m. It got us here at, well, it landed at 11:20.
yeah.
But then we had to wait in line for passport control for about an hour.
Yep. So, yeah, that was that. But these are things you have to expect when you're traveling. It's, it went smoothly. Here you go. Here's the air conditioning in this heating and air conditioning right there. All in one nice little package. Yes, there is no central air in here. Although
Yes,
the room,
there is.
Is there? Oh.
Yeah, there is.
Well,
There's
actually.
I have wall control. I just controlled it.
Oh.
There's an electronic one in here.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, that's good.
So I don't think it's going to go down to 20°C, but who knows?
No, well, whatever.
As long as
Stop the humidity.
Hot in here.
Yeah, because it is warm out here. I'm not sure what the temperature is right now. Actually, I do. It's 22 C, which is, summer
It's
weather.
above 70, so.
Yeah, so that's okay. So I guess we're just going out. We don't Walter didn't plan anything for us to do specifically today. Good thing, because of if we'd had something, and we would have been pressed for time with the delay at customs. But so we're going to walk around, maybe down by the canal system and that. Maybe we should find a brown cafe.
Yeah.
or something.
Or yeah.
Or the
Actually,
Automatique.
remember that one that they were talking about, the Brown? I think it was a Brown Cafe. It's right across, right down at the end here.
Oh yeah.
I think those guys that went.
Oh, the one that we watched on YouTube.
That's the one. I'm not sure.
I forget what it was called.
Sure.
But anyways, we'll find out.
There's also a Fibo about,
which is an Automatique.
about a block away, and a few other places that we can go to. Or I was thinking we could always walk up towards the Rijksmuseum to see where it is and stuff like that.
Yeah, we can do that too. So we'll take you along. Here you have a typical example of the architecture in Amsterdam, the narrow little houses. These, of course, have been turned over to commercial properties and have been all redone on the outside, but they're kind of interesting to see nevertheless. And if we look down this street we just walked down, you get an idea of some of the street. This isn't the best part maybe to show you. We'll see others later, but we're just out and about at the moment. Some more shots of the city. An old church. Looks like they're restoring parts of it. And we're heading which way? This way. We're heading up this way for real. So this is the King's Palace. Yes, Holland does have a monarchy. I think it's the constitutional monarchy though. They don't think they have much control over the government of things here. I think they're kind of like how we have a king as well in Canada, but it's really more a figurehead. But that's the King's Palace. Looks like they're restoring it. And there is a big central square area down here. And that in the distance,
I'm not 100% sure.
I think it's a department store, isn't it?
I think so.
Because we were down here the last time we came to Amsterdam. I don't think we went in too, but anyways, yeah, gives you an idea. A lot of people here, lots and lots of people. We were told that there would be. So we're wandering down here. It's just another, I don't think it's really an outdoor mall, but it's a pedestrian mall. No cars, access here only for people on their feet. And by the way, we've already been almost run over by a bicycle twice. And it's just the way that goes. Okay, so you heard us talk before about the herring place. Well, there's lots of these on the street, and you can go in there and get herring, and it's raw. And you do things to it. They put onions on it or something.
Yeah,
what else?
Right.
Walter still isn't sure whether he wants to try this.
I haven't had it.
Oh, I just got a whiff of it.
I'm gagging. It's very fishy.
I'm gagging. I smelt it. I'm gagging. And then, like, you see, if there's any doubt that they don't love their bicycles in Holland, look at this. Tons and tons of bicycles everywhere. So this is one of the dams. It's not, or canal. It's not the main canal, but it gives you an idea of what they look like. Because I mean, kind of like seen one canal, you've seen them all. You can see the architecture here as well. Those buildings down the far side, very typical Amsterdam architecture. Dutch architecture, I guess. Okay, so these are stroopwafels, and they do custom ones, as you can see in the window. We're not going in there because Walter says better off getting them from a grocery store. Okay. This is the Rijksmuseum, which has a lot of the Dutch masters and a lot of other things. It's got what, Rembrandts?
Yeah, Rembrandt.
And stuff like that. And when we were here last, we went in, but most of it you couldn't see because it was all under refurbishing and restoration. This is the back side of it, we think. We're gonna go around to the other side and take a look at it from the front.
It's an art museum.
It's an art museum, Walter says. So here's the proper side of it, as you can see. And it's surrounded by gardens and parkland. And down at this far side, there's a great big reflecting pool.
There's all kinds of other museums around here, and down in the distance is the Van Gogh Museum.
And we're going to that too tomorrow.
Into the sunlight.
And do a little more panoramic sweep around here of all this area in front of the museum. And of course they have your obligatory museum shop as well. So this is the Van Gogh Museum. We were in there. Did we not go there? I thought we did.
Skipped it.
Oh, we skipped it. Oh, geez. That's how much I remember. Well, it was 21 years ago. No, we weren't as much into art at that point in time. But yeah, we're going there tomorrow as well. And we'll see more of it then. In this whole area, it's called what? Museum
Plain. Plain is like a place or a recording room.
Okay, and there's all kinds of museums here. This is one in behind the Van Gogh. And then down here is another big one. We're not sure what they hold.
Actually, I think that's a concert. It says a concert.
Oh, it's a concert hall? Oh, it might be a concert hall. Okay. So then there's this. We never went here either, to this museum last time we were here. The one with the apple.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Okay, this is interesting. I don't know what it means, but it's there. But what caught our eye was this Apple store over here, because we just saw recently a Dutch movie where a guy takes a hostage, a store customer, and this is the store they filmed it in. And he had a bomb and everything like that. One of those action-packed ones. This was the store, and we can't remember the name of the movie. Okay, so we have stopped at this place. I don't know how to say it. Prick. And we're getting some. We're getting a platter with. We're getting a platter with bitten balls and what was else? Tiki something or other. What does it say here? Take a look. Hold it up.
Okay, so it is mixed plates of bitter balls, chicken tiki fingers, spring rolls, and cheese sticks.
Okay, and we're getting the medium.
I guess.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good. As you can see, our beer has arrived, and Walter's trying to get the menu back in the slot. So we'll see what this little platter is all about. Well, we know the stuff that's sort of on it, except the tiki, was it?
Tiki masala. Tiki
masala,
no,
chicken fingers.
Not masala. It's tiki. I think it's probably Indonesian. Tiki, chicken tiki fingers.
I wonder if it's anything like that buttered chicken we had at the airport that was on the salad. Well, probably not. But anyways, yeah. This, by the way, is a gay establishment. And so we're here supporting it. So we got our platter of goodies. So these are the tiki, what was it called?
Tiki chicken bites or whatever.
Chicken bites and bitten balls.
Bitter balls.
Bitter balls. And what are these?
I'm not sure. I think they're spring rolls.
And what are these? I don't know, but Walter's just down checking it like there's no tomorrow. This mustard, though, holy crap, does it clean out your sinuses. It is hot, hot, hot. But overall, it's okay. It's pretty good, actually.